In this video, we're going to do an auditing application of the XLOOKUP, which we're going to do to find missing purchase order numbers. So as an auditor, you may be tasked to find purchase orders that are out of sequence, or purchase orders that are missing in a sequence. And as we go down this list, we can see that 14087 goes to 14089. There's missing over there. And it goes from 14094 to 14106. So it looks like there's some sequence missing over there as well. So what I did was I copied all of those PO numbers. I put them in another sheet. And what we're going to do is we're going to generate a sequence from the lowest number to the highest number. And then we're going to use a lookup function to say, can we find this number in this list? If okay, we'll return the number. But if not, using XLOOKUP, we can tell it what to do if it's not found. If we were using VLOOKUP, which I'll show you in a little bit, what would happen is we would get an error message. So first I'm going to go off to the side and I'm going to equals min, open parentheses, click on cell A2, and this time I'll use the shortcut Control-Shift down to select the entire range down to 292. So I'm going to find the smallest number in the sequence. Of course, I could also sort as well, but this finds the minimum and the maximum. So the lowest number is 14069. I'll do the same thing with equals max. Open the parentheses, click on cell A2, Control-Shift down, close up my formula, and this sequence goes from 14069 to 14437. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to type in 14069, the first number, the smallest number. Then I'm going to click on that cell. On the Home tab, I'm going to go into the Editing group, Fill, and then Series. I'm going to tell it to put my series down the column instead of the row. I always mess that up, and it always goes across row 2 instead of down column C. My step value is 1 because I want the entire series, and I want it to stop at 14437. I'm going to click OK. And I have now generated a sequence, and if we scroll down, we can see that the left column stops at 292, but the right-hand column goes all the way to 370. So it looks like we do have a few missing numbers in the sequence. So as I said, right now I'm going to tell Excel to look up each one of these one by one in this list. If it finds it, to return the number. So my return array will also be column A. But one of the advantages of XLOOKUP is I can tell it what to do if it's not found. I'll tell it to say not found if it's not found. So D2, formulas, lookup and reference, and XLOOKUP. So my lookup value is each one of the numbers in the sequence, one by one. The lookup array is column A. So A2, Control-Shift down, A2 to A292, but make sure you lock that down with the F4 because we're going to be copying that down to every number in column C. The return array is going to be the same one, column A. So A2 all the way down to A292, and once again, that must be an F4. So what it's going to do is each one of these numbers, one by one, it's going to look for in column A. If it finds it, it'll return that number. But now, here's the advantage. If not found, I'll just say not found in the double quotes. So now I'm going to click OK. I can double click that fill handle or drag it down, but I'm going to double click the fill handle. And we can see over here that we do have a number of not founds. So to get a list of the auditors of all of the missing numbers, I'm going to click anywhere in column C or column D. I'm going to go to my Data tab. I'm going to turn on my filter. In my lookup function, I'm going to click the down arrow. I'm going to unselect all, and I'm going to tell it just to display the not found. So now I have a list for my auditors in column C of all of those purchase order numbers that were out of sequence. So I'm going to clear the filter right now. I'm going to remove the filter. I'll show you how to do this with an XLOOKUP. Very similar. I'm sorry, with the VLOOKUP. Sorry, very similar. But the issue with the VLOOKUP is we're going to get an error message instead of a not found. So I'm going to delete everything in column D. It doesn't matter if I go a few cells extra. I'm going to click in cell D2, Formulas, Lookup and Reference. Now we'll go to the much more old-fashioned VLOOKUP. So my lookup value is still the sequence, but now my table array is A2. This time I'll select all the way down to A292. And, oh, I was in the wrong cell. Go back. Sorry, start again. So my lookup value is C2. And as I copy it down, it'll look these numbers up one by one. I should have been in the table array. In the table array, I will click in cell A2 and select all the way down to A292. And I absolutely must give that an F4 because it must search the same array as I copy it down. But now with the VLOOKUP, you tell it what column number. There's only one column in this array, so I'm going to put in column number 1, which will do the same thing, which will tell it to return the number if it's found. But very important in VLOOKUP, I want to put in the word false, which forces it to get an exact match as opposed to a close match. So I'm going to click OK, and you'll find that the ones now that don't match are going to be given an error message. So I can double click the fill handle. Now I have my NA, so I can do the same thing. Select any cell within the range, data, turn on my filter, select the down arrow under the lookup function, uncheck my select all, go to the bottom of the list, and you can even filter by your NAs. So I click OK. Once again, here's a list of all of the purchase order numbers. Don't look in column A. It's just column C is a list of all of the missing purchase orders. So I'm going to clear the filter once again. I'm going to turn off my filter, and I'm going to delete column D. I'll delete the formulas in column D, although I can delete column D. I'm going to show you one intriguing way to get a list of all of the duplicates, and it involves conditional formatting. So I'm going to delete columns D, E, and F. I just don't need them for this one. Not super necessary. I'm also going to delete column B. Now I'm going to use a feature in conditional formatting where I'm going to tell it to highlight the unique values. What's going to happen is, if it is in sequence, it will appear in both lists. If it's out of sequence, it will only appear in column B. So I'm going to use conditional formatting to highlight only the unique values. Then I can filter by color. So I'm going to select the entire range. Make sure to go all the way down the sequence, not to the end of column A. You must go all the way down to the end of column B. So I'm going to go down 370. I'm going to go to my Home tab, and I'm going to click the down arrow under Conditional Formatting, highlight Cells Rules, and Duplicate Values. But now, instead of the duplicate values, I'm going to tell it to find the cells that are unique. And notice I'm going to choose the fill, which is okay. You could choose different fill, but we'll sort by the fill, and we can even filter by the fill, and we can even filter by font color, but we'll filter by fill. So I'm going to click OK. Now I've highlighted all of the unique ones, all of the ones that are not in column A, but they are in column B, which are the missing purchase order numbers. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the same thing I did before. Go to Data, turn on my filter, click the down arrow, and notice I have a filter by color, and I do have a filter by cell color and a filter by font color. So I'm going to filter by cell color. I'm going to choose my red cell color. And now in the sequence column, I have a list of all of my missing purchase order numbers.